happens. Hello. Hi. Arabian Night. Okay, that's pretty legit. Hey, what's up? I'm Matt Affleck.
Matt Affleck.
This is Matt Affleck and Ben Damon, and this is episode probably 5 of Two Brothers Podcast. And today it's late. It's fucking 9:43. This might be the latest we've recorded so far.
Yeah.
But I don't even mind. I'm not doing anything. I'm listening to Joji.
Joji, huh?
Joji.
What'd you say his new song was titled?
Sanctuary.
Sanctuary.
It's not even new. It came out in 2019. But
2019.
I just started hearing about it.
That's our podcast. We're catching up with the rest of the world.
That should be the name of the show, is Catching Up.
Catching up with the two brothers.
Catching up. For these artists that have been out for... Is this like one of Foo's Whiskers?
I have no idea.
No, there's no way.
No, I don't think so.
I was like...
That's so random.
That's a crazy rare item, cat whisker.
But
that's fun. Yep, that's what's going on. Just catching up on... No, I've been like looking up music marketing. That's why I'm looking up all these new artists and stuff. Because I'm trying to figure out how to not figure out, but look into monetizing songs and stuff when I release them. And I'm like, who's on a fucking record label these days? And it's like everyone's still on record labels, and I'm like, I'm trying to wrap my head around that and shit.
Or they're trying to own their own label.
A lot of artists are,
A lot of with time, a lot of artists end up just buying their own label or starting their own label.
Yeah.
So they have more creative liberties and stuff like that. I have not been looking up music marketing. I've actually been reading about the reports of a potential Beast Wars movie.
That's really cool, but I kind of want my Beast Wars reboot game.
You want a game instead of that?
Yeah, I remember when they kind of announced that and it didn't happen, and I was really... Oh, also, I listened back to the recording last time. I guess we're smacking the table a bunch and shit. Because I was listening to it and I was like...
Someone's tap dancing.
It's like we're just going like that a bunch. So I guess I don't know, we both need to try to not smash the fucking
get another table in here
or something. But that's hype. That's actually pretty hype.
I thought the Beast Wars news was definitely pretty welcome. It's really cool. I guess it was after the success of Bumblebee. I guess that was I still have to see Bumblebee myself.
Oh shit! I totally forgot about that film.
Yeah, the standalone Bumblebee film. Yeah, I guess that was really good, and I guess Beast Wars is next on the docket for them.
Oh my god! I just realized what you were saying. You said Beast Wars.
Yeah.
I was talking about Bloody Roar.
Oh, Bloody Roar. Oh, okay.
Fuck.
I mean, yes, we definitely we still need a Bloody Roar.
That's actually not hype then.
Oh, you're not really?
Just Beast Wars. I'm like, fuck, I want Bloody Roar. Fuck.
No.
Never mind. I take back what I said.
No, dude, Beast Wars was dope.
Fuck. No, Beast Wars is cool. I remember Optimus is he's the ape.
He's a big gorilla.
It was cool. And then they made the Fox series that the art style was kind of weird.
Yeah.
Remember that shit? The cheetah was really skinny.
I'm looking at a group photo here of them all. They had that Manta Ray guy.
Yep.
Yeah, it was pretty cool. I actually don't even think it was on for too long. Yeah, three seasons back in '96.
Is it did it just get announced we're making the film, or is there actually shit about?
I think it's in the pipeline. I don't even know if they have a cast picks or anything like that, but yeah, it's circulating. I think it should be interesting.
If it could be good.
I hope it's not like the what was it, the Transformer film where they had, I think it was last night. No, was it before last night? I'm not sure. One of them had the Dinobots, but it was really
I think that one was Extinction.
I don't know. It might have been. But
I'm gonna guess.
He's gonna guess
that is the fucking.
I know it wasn't the first one. I know that much. It wasn't the first 3, but no, the Dinobots made a very short appearance, which is really unfortunate. The trailer would make you think they were in the majority of the film, and then it was just at the tail end.
Yep.
You're like, yo, this movie's almost over, and then boom, they show up, and it's over and done with.
Yep. I could watch, I don't know, Beast Wars. I remember watching that as a kid. Like, my thing is, like, we were talking about this the other day, where, like, when I hear something like that, I'm like, can we do it without the fucking, like, Mark Wahlberg and fucking, like, I'll take Megan Fox in the film. I don't know. I'm, like, just shamelessly, like, if they want to cast her in all the fucking robot movies, I'm like, I don't need Mark and Shia LaBeouf.
Yeah,
like,
I was
running around my robot.
I was in the car shop, and we were one of them was on I think it was on Netflix or something in the shop, and we were watching that, and I was like, you know what? I really hope if they ever like hard reboot or soft reboot this franchise, it's more about like Cybertron, the war on Cybertron and stuff like that, and it just like concentrates on the Decepticons and the Autobots, like, and their struggle and stuff like that. Just concentrate on them.
Yeah.
It was a similar thing I've said about like Godzilla, where it's just like, just less of the human element,
more of the fucking
actual like fanfare.
Like, with you know what they could actually do with Transformers to make it watchable is not too much, but they could try to add the human element in the Transformers themselves. Like, I'm not saying like put Optimus, like put a man face on the robot,
right?
But maybe something kind of like that.
More more dialogue, make them feel
like
try to make them more relatable to the audience and stuff like that when they're watching.
Like fucking like Tywin Lannister's face on like fucking what's his name? Megatron. Make him evil, but I don't. Megatron's more just like crazy evil. He's not like.
I don't know. I don't know who voices Megatron, but sounds dope. So
actually, I won't even lie. I like the way Megatron looks in the Transformers movies, like what's the Michael Bay ones. I think Megatron actually looks.
I like where he's like the safari truck, like the desert truck. I think that's like my first, like the disgraced Megatron, where he's like trying to come back into the fold and stuff.
Oh.
After he got beat, I think that was like my favorite like rendition of him in the film series.
Yeah. He's been like I think he's been like a fucking tank and like a crazy plane probably.
Yeah. I don't think we're gonna see any of the Decepticons turn into a gun,
a big gun,
or anything like that. I don't think we'll see that. Like I think the tank's the closest we'll get.
That fucking. That'd be crazy.
Or like a cassette tape's gonna go into a giant boombox. Like I don't think it's gonna get that crazy.
Yep, that would just be nuts. But, like, that's how they could make that film hype. Honestly, like, the announcement of that is, like, I need a trailer. And then I'll be like, alright. It's honestly not even hard to get me with trailers. Like, the fucking, the F9, I'm in.
F9, yeah.
I'm in.
Yeah.
I'm in for F9, and now I'm like, okay, I think we need to watch Hobbs and Shaw just to, like, actually, like...
Yeah, and people joke about the Fast franchise. They're just like, oh, no, not another one. And they're in the seat, They're watching
if it's good.
They've seen them all.
Let's keep doing
people that don't like the Fast and Furious franchise or like jeer at it, like they've watched them all. They just have.
It's true.
It's unavoidable.
I've seen 1, 2, 3. I barely remember 2, and then I've seen, I think, like 5 and 6.
I think 2 was Tyrese's.
The one with Tyrese. Yeah, that's where he first.
I think Ludacris comes into the franchise in the second one.
Ludacris is in there, yeah.
Yeah.
Ludacris is introduced as Tyrese's friend, and he's on like a fucking like cruise ship and stuff. I don't know why they go to him for some reason.
Yeah, they're like racing. I don't know if it's like a cross country type thing. I know it's a long race they're a part of.
Yeah.
But back when it was still about cars primarily. Yeah. And now it's like espionage and super soldiers.
Yo, I literally said that after you showed me the trailer the other day. Like, I walked downstairs and I was thinking about like Charlize Theron being like, your whole life you've wanted to be faster than Dom, stronger than Dom. And I was like, wasn't Dom just like a street racer guy? Like, wasn't that like the whole thing of like what he was? Like, I'm like thinking about it, I'm like, is he like a government agent or something? And it's like, no, he's just, his name's Dominic Toretto. He's like a fucking like street racer dude. Like, I'm pretty sure that's what he was like in the first film. I don't think they did anything but race cars in the first film.
I mean, I think there was like an air of mystery about him, but I don't think it was like that deeply enrooted in like government stuff. So like,
yeah,
it feels very XXX now. I definitely we are there. I know he's about to be in Vin Diesel's about to be in like Bloodshot.
Yep.
Where he's like murking a bunch of people. It's just like another indestructible CG guy. Yeah, that's I feel like they're all part of the same universe.
Strapped in.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm ready to go on F9, and honestly, it's you know what? It's really just because I've been ready to go on John Cena as like a leading dude, because I don't know where like it didn't happen for him. Like he was in the Marine, and the Marine, it's just a bunch of fights with him. Like his lady was in that film.
He was, like I said the other day, he was in 12 Rounds too.
Those two films.
I actually like 12 Rounds.
I remember 12 Rounds.
I think there was like sequels and shit, and they kept going with it, but I thought the first 12 Rounds. Don't quote me on that. There might not be any sequels. I swear there's like a straight to DVD sequel with different characters.
I think it's like the WWE. They made it so that it's like it's a legacy thing with other wrestlers.
Yeah, like a mantle they pass down.
So it's the Marine, and then it's like the Miz.
Yeah, they kind of did that with the I think the Scorpion King and a couple other movies where they were just like
Randy Couture.
Yeah, they were just trying to get like as many wrestlers in film as possible or something.
I don't know.
They could be still doing it for all we know.
It's bad, honestly, because like a lot of the time you're like, these guys don't know how to act. They're just meatheads who are fucking trying to get into movies. But it's like sometimes I'm hyped on it. Like Batista as Drax, he's honestly kind of funny. Didn't kill the franchise, and he's not the best acting, but it's like, sure.
I think Batista's been in quite a bit. I liked him in he was in Skyfall.
He was in Skyfall, yep. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Or was it Spectre. He was in Spectre.
Oh, Spectre, yeah.
Yeah. The train fight was super great. I thought that was really like masterfully, done.
Yep.
It wasn't just James Bond beating another like gigantic goon. Like you actually didn't really think he was gonna like make it out of that fight the whole time you're watching it. And I mean,
he like broke his neck.
Yeah, he got beat kind of goofy, but like for the most part the fight was great. Yeah.
Now we're getting Cena. Like he's gonna be the dude. I hope he is. I saw a picture on Google the other day. It was Batista, John Cena, and The Rock, and they were in Gears of War armor, and I was like, no. I just said no immediately because like, oh, we got big dudes in the Gears outfit. It's like they can't just be big men. Like who do we have in Hollywood that's big? It's like
Terry Crews.
Terry Crews is in Gears. It's like no, but I'm actually glad that John Cena's like.
Was it Coltrane? Coltrane from Gears?
No, I don't remember why I was looking up John Cena or like wrestlers, but like it was a picture of like the three of them, and they just had like the Gears armor on, and I was like, no, like
no, like no. I think I've even seen like Photoshop John Travolta, like back when he was like.
I've seen that one too, because he has the chin fucking.
I think it's he's like his From Paris with Love look, and they were just like after that movie.
He's Marcus Phoenix. I was like, no.
I don't know.
That would literally be the worst casting I've seen like in a minute. But John Travolta as Marcus Phoenix.
I don't know. Who knows? It could be like one of those like not the shittiest video game movies you've ever seen, but definitely like kind of like it's passable. It could get passing grade.
It's hard to get worse than fucking. I mean, like take your picks. I was gonna literally say Assassin's Creed, but it's like Mario's bad too. Fucking all the fighting game movies are bad.
Like I've revisited Mario Bros like a couple times, and it's just so fucking weird.
It's bad.
It's really weird.
It's weird. Yeah. Weird might be a better word for it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Because it is Mario. Like they went ham on the fungus shit.
I think it would say it's a cult classic for sure. Like it's definitely, I'm sure, has its fan base, but it is like fucking Bizarro Town. Like
the Koopas are like nightmarish. It's like
they look like the lizard from Amazing Spider-Man.
Yeah.
Or he looks like them. I mean, take your pick, but it's weird.
Yeah, I don't know. Whoever thought that was like.
I still like the de-evolution gun as like an NES controller. He's just blasting people and turning them into monkeys.
That's actually a pretty cool weapon, yeah, I won't lie.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that actor is the same character, literally, as he was in, like, Speed. So the same, just disgruntled person,
he's just a crazy man, pretty much. He's like, I'm Bowser! It's like, you're not Bowser. Like, I'm sorry, dude. Like, Bowser is, like, literally like a fucking dragon sorcerer.
That's actually like, one movie I'm surprised they haven't like rehashed on or tried to do again.
Mario?
Yeah.
Like make it hot, like they're doing with Sonic.
Yeah. Sonic should be okay.
Sonic looks good now. The CG Sonic, like I'm actually kind of like. But with me, like the thing with that is like Jim Carrey is like he should be fat with the mustache, and it's just Jim Carrey with the mustache, and I'm like.
I mean, we don't know. He could get fat.
I hope so. It'd be sick. Like, and he should be floating around in like a little
punished Jim Carrey, punished Robotnik. Like, he just gains a ton of weight after Sonic beats.
Yeah.
After years of chasing this blue guy around, he just keeps getting.
Sonic actually has gloves and socks. It's not just that his hands are like white and his feet are white. Like they're like, oh, let's just make him look. Like
there's a lot of debate on how like he should look, because I know like they've tried to like redo his look, kind of like Crash Bandicoot and stuff like that. Like a lot of these like furry characters, they
make them like nightmarish. Like,
yeah, and you're just
more
like,
humanoid, and you're like
oh boy.
You ever seen that picture where they take like Sonic's shoes off and it's like human feet? I'm like, who makes this shit, dude? Like the one where they take Aladdin's pants off because his pants are like weirdly shaped and it just looks like big nuts.
Jesus.
It's like nightmare fuel stuff, but like, I don't know. For me, it's like, it's really not hard to like nail the characters. Like, I hate when they do video game movies and they're like, we're gonna put in one thing that's reminiscent of the game. Like Resident Evil, it's like, we got the liquor, and it's like the liquor's the big bad.
Yeah, it
monster.
mutates. Like it's like it mutates by eating human flesh, and it just gets it becomes the size of the train.
Yeah, it's like, it's pretty dumb, and it infects the dude, and he becomes Nemesis. He's like, argh.
Yeah, it's a mess.
That's
definitely a mess. No, and it's wild because like that train scene was like reminiscent of the second game where like William attacks the train and stuff. Like it's similar to that.
Yeah.
So it's like literally like that franchise. It's they take bits and pieces you like remember or sort of remember, and it feels like just a collage.
Yeah.
But they never call it that. They're like, this was our vision, this is all part of the plan, and you're just like, that's what I'm always saying. Like, I think I would like a lot of these projects more if it just stated it was loosely based off the like the video games or the source material, instead of being like, you know, this is the movie verse. Yeah, like
I understand that too, but it's also kind of like, I don't know if I'd want that, because it's like, it's giving the film whatever production company's making the film, they just get to go, here's that thing you like, it's kind of like it, but like Priest.
Priest.
That's, I think, how you get Priest. Like, it's literally nothing like the book, but it's like, it's Priest.
Yeah, and it's a shame. Like I wish like somebody like HBO would like pick up the Priest story.
Vampires. It's like, what?
Yeah, it's because the story's great. Like I said, they didn't even conclude it. The author and stuff like that, the writer didn't conclude it, which is a shame. But
yeah,
it was a good run while it lasted, for sure.
Mm-hmm.
Speaking of other super hype in the news is the new Disney Plus shows coming out, like WandaVision and Falcon and the Winter Soldier.
Oh,
they did like a TV spot, I think, of both, or like a little Disney Plus like trailer real quick to show them off. That looks pretty good.
There's like trailers for them and stuff?
Not full blown trailers, but just like I said, little segments showing like scenes from both TV shows.
That's pretty cool. I think that's rad. Honestly, like I'm stoked for both of those. Seriously, like I kind of.
Oh, and they showed Loki too. Yeah.
Oh, okay. He's getting a show?
Yeah.
I don't know how I feel about that.
Yeah. So I guess it picks up where he grabs the Tesseract and just like phases out of reality. So it's gonna pick up, I think, after that. Showed him in some kind of like prison thing where he's like, I'm gonna burn this place to the ground, all evil. Like, I feel like he's back on his evil flow, because I think the movies are definitely like softening him, I think, too much.
He's kind of like well, they would call him an anti-hero, but he's not really an anti-hero.
I've always considered Loki just a villain, period.
I think he's bad.
Plain and simple. The movies, on the other hand, are like cast. I think they've definitely cast him in a different light. The WandaVision, I think they showed her in her classic Wanda outfit in the spot.
With the headdress and everything.
So it was kind of cool.
That's kind of cool if they actually do nail that, I won't lie.
Yeah. And then Falcon the Winter Soldier. I think that's probably out of the, I don't know, maybe, you know, I'm speaking for myself only, but I think like Winter Soldier there, that continuation.
I think that's cool, but like there's a part of me, like, just to nitpick, I guess, a little bit, is like, shouldn't that show be called Captain America and Winter Soldier? Because he's technically like, I'm like, are they still going to call him Falcon? That's what I want to know.
It's the Falcon and the Winter Soldier.
That's It's weird.
So like personally, I think the show is probably going to be showing the transition of him becoming Captain America and like the world warming up to there being a new Captain America. Mm-hmm. Don't know if he's going to be leading the Avengers. It'd be nice to see, because I really don't know the facts. Sounding like they're dropping the whole like Captain Marvel at the forefront of the Avengers thing.
Yeah, she's out. Seriously.
Yeah,
like, she's not going to be in the film.
Yeah.
Like I don't know if it's just gonna be a different actress, but like my thing was like with him, they could introduce some young Avengers if they wanted to like sort of shoehorn some new characters in there, and I'm wondering if they're gonna give him the super soldier serum. Like I've been thinking about that. Like, is he just gonna be Sam Wilson like as Captain America, or is he gonna find a way to like
see that I'm not 100% sure. I haven't read a ton into Falcon's story arc or anything like that, but as far as like Brie Larson goes, she really kind of just felt like a cameo character after her standalone film. Like there was a lot of hype being like, oh yeah, she's gonna lead, and then like even in like Endgame, she's just like she's in and out twice, and then that's it. So I was just like, I don't know, guys.
I mean, I haven't seen that film yet. It's on my list of films that I want to watch, but I don't know. It's not even really a personal thing because I like her in Scott Pilgrim. I think she's cool in that film.
She doesn't really have a big part in Scott Pilgrim, though.
It's a very small character, but I liked her character in that. And, like, seeing her go from something so colorful and fun to, like, drab and, like, stern and, like, she's just, like a Terminator pretty much.
Very dry.
Super dry and, like, I don't know. I'm good if they recast her. They can do something else with it.
I don't know. She definitely feels like a character where it's like she's joking, and when she's joking, people aren't sure if they should be joking with her. Like, should we laugh at this? Like, she just feels like one of those kind of characters to me. Like, she just sucks the fun out of a room.
I don't think she smiled the whole time in Endgame. Like, she's just mad.
Smiles a bit pissed in her own movie. I can only say a bit.
Why are you so mad? Like, that's how I fucking feel. It's like, this is supposed to be like a fun family film, and you're just sucking all the fun. Just fucking pissed.
Oh.
Doesn't wear the fire helmet. It's just Bree's face.
She wears it like for a couple scenes, like 2 scenes, I think, in her own movie.
I'm like, does it materialize?
They really just want to have the actor's face out there, like
they really.
I really think they're afraid that the fans are gonna forget what the actor looks like or forget what they're watching. But it's like, I don't know.
I want the whole film Venom. It's just Venom.
It's just Venom.
Just CG Venom, and then occasionally it peels back. It's Tom in there, and then it goes and it takes him back. It's still Venom. Like,
no, I think I like Tom. I like Eddie Brock parts more than I like Venom parts, honestly. As it stands,
I like both.
Yeah,
they were both kind of okay. Like, I won't lie. But yeah. What was my? Oh, you were talking about the actor's face. Yeah, like, I don't know. It really does seem like they want Chris Hemsworth's face.
Yeah, because you see his helmet like in the first movie for like a little bit, then he starts flipping it, and then that's the last time you're gonna see the helmet on his head. Yeah. Like, I even thought like
RDJ, you get a little Iron Man. Actually, I'm cool with the amount of Iron Man we get.
Yeah, I think I
think that's okay.
I definitely think they got his FaceTime versus Iron Man time down perfectly. Spider-Man, they've gotten that down pretty well.
I think we get a decent amount of Spider-Man. Yeah,
but I definitely wanted to see Thor with his helmet on more. I think in the films. Even in the Endgame, where they're kind of like going for their classic looks, like their
no helmet,
their legacy looks.
He's fat, like he's a joke.
Just beards, braided beards.
He's like screaming at Thanos and just getting like tossed. He's like getting chucked.
Thanos eating Thor all around.
It's like, fuck. It's pretty bad. I think about that fight scene a lot, where I'm like, should he have... I mean, I don't know. This is from someone who's never actually read Infinity War comics, but I'm like, he just thrashing Cap's shield. He's stabbing him in the leg. He's fighting all 3 by himself. I'm like, is Thanos really this nice? Like, a combatant?
He's pretty nice.
The twin blade?
I don't think he's that graceful. They made him very graceful compared to like the comics, I think. So I don't know.
He really didn't use that gauntlet like that much. He could have just dusted everyone probably with the reality stone.
Yeah, and what's crazy is he shows you like how he would use it when he's like the Guardians are trying to like take the stone from or stop him from getting the reality stone.
Yeah, he turns them into like
ribbon
and stuff. It's like so he can do that. Like
turns Drax into cubes, and I'm like, none of that. We're not gonna get any of that.
Yep, that was actually pretty scary level power. I'm not gonna lie. Like he could have just like roll credits the film. Like, just everyone's eggs.
Just old people.
Film shuts down. No, I don't know. They do need to figure that out, though, with their fucking FaceTime. Like, even Far Away From Home. Fucking Tom Spider-Man, but, like, it's a lot of Tom in that film. It's a lot of...
I had a feeling it would kind of, like, be like that, too. Just by the trailers. I was like, I don't think we're going to get, like, too much Spider-Man here. Mm-hmm. But
it's also kind of teetering on one of those weird 90210 shows where like I'm not exactly sure how old Tom is, but I'm just believing he's in high school.
Just believing.
Like I'm looking at it and I'm like, Tom looks like 24.
I don't know. I'll give that credit over Tobey Maguire. Parading around as a younger person.
You didn't believe Toby in the first one?
No. I didn't really believe his age in like any of the Spider-Man films. Sam Raimi.
Oh, I don't know. They kind of sold me on that. Like
maybe the first one, but by Spider-Man 2, like I still feel like they were trying to like push him as this like younger guy, but he felt like he was like this 40-year-old Spider-Man.
Really?
Yeah, like
hyper
maybe like late 30s, but definitely like a much older Spider-Man. So I don't know. That's definitely how I felt about it.
He exists in the they exist in like the Freaks and Geeks timeline. I think that's when they were in high school, like mid 90s, like early 90s. That's when that shit takes. Like I look at like Franco in the film, and I'm like, he looks kind of like he's still in Freaks and Geeks. So I'm like, yeah, it's like the 90s.
It was like Power Rangers. What were they supposed to be high schoolers in Power Rangers?
Yeah. Oh, you mean the show?
Yeah.
Yeah, but they definitely like Jason David Frank. I'm like he's like 25 in Angel Grove.
Yeah, I was like when I see them, I'm just like all of them. I'm just like, you guys aren't high schoolers at all. Like like if you guys failed a bunch,
then we're high school.
Like you're failing they fail class and they look the way they do because they're always saving Angel Grove instead of passing class. Like then I'd be like, oh, that makes sense.
Yep. It's weird.
It's not a great message to send to the kids, but like...
No, I was going to say it's weird to poke holes in it because it's like the only reason they're even really together that much is because they're in school. So like if they were like our age, like working different jobs, they'd get the beep from fucking Alpha like dee dee doo doo dee doo, and you're like, I'm at work. And like it could be that like only 3 of them show up. It's like, oh, I'm coming, dude. Like like that's how the shit.
They have to like save Angel Grove like on their lunch.
Yep.
And they're like, you took a 40 instead of a 30.
I can't fucking stop the giant monster right now.
Yeah.
Because I'm fucking.
We'll have to do an episode about that, like alibis when like saving the day.
Yep. Yeah, MJ just figures out that Peter's Spider-Man.
Yeah, they just break it like automatically.
They just do it, and like that's one of the things that I don't know that I like about her character because like she deduces that he's Spider-Man, and it's like she's us. It's not that she's so smart in the film universe. She's just like not stupid like the rest of the. She's like, I know you're Spider-Man. Every time something happens, you disappear, and it's like nobody else noticed that but MJ. It's like,
what's funny? They kind of did a swap. Like MJ figures it out early, and his chubby friend is like the one that would like normally be the girlfriend, and like discovers his identity by accident or something like that, where he like drops the Death Star Lego. That in that scene, that's kind of like when their like love interest in these movies like finds out that they're a superhero and stuff. So I thought that was kind of like funny.
I don't know how I feel about it because like, and I don't mean to. Did you see that Far From Home?
Yeah,
you saw? Oh, okay. Yeah, fucking. Everybody just knows he's Spider-Man in this universe, and it's like I don't really know how I feel about that. But like, well, honestly, like they could, at least from the storylines I know, like he could reveal his identity, and then they could like do like they did in the story where he makes the deal with fucking Mephisto to wipe everyone's memory of his identity. So that he can get like, well, Mary Jane has to die in order for that to fucking. Yeah, there's a lot of shit that they have to fucking do, but like I don't know how I feel about just it's Peter Parker. I'm like, he's got 2 films. Like, fuck. We're just
it's like when I saw that part, I was just like, can he even finish high school like now? Like,
yeah, I mean, like, what happens there? Like, he's in like fucking downtown New York, and everyone's just like, hey, you're Peter Parker. Everyone just knows now. Like,
yeah, I really can't picture you getting much like normal life shit done if everyone knows.
And the other identity. Interesting thing too about him right now is that he's I don't know how many films he signed up for, but I'm like, since we normally do everything in 3s, I'm like, his next film could potentially be his last film.
Oh.
Yeah, I was thinking about that the other day too, where I'm like,
I thought he was signed up for a few more films.
A few more. I'm not sure actually how many more films he's got, but I was thinking about that. Like, what are they gonna do?
Nah, honestly, I would keep him on, like everything. Like, I'm not displeased. I'm not bored. I can say
I like it.
Visually, the movies are great. Like, I thought Homecoming was actually really good. I think there's been words of like potential like Prowler storyline. That should be pretty dope. He's so many villains and there's just so much material. I think people are like saying that they're leading up to like the Sinister Six. They're trying to get that like cooking and stuff like that. The crossover with Venom.
That could fucking happen. That could be cool. Yeah.
And they showed Carnage at the end of Venom and stuff like that. Mm-hmm. So maybe it's always been like Spider-Man and Venom versus Carnage. Like the triangle.
That would be sick if they did that. Like they do the team up and then they fight Carnage in the film. Mm-hmm. That would be sick if they actually did something like. There's so many cool crossovers they could do with that character.
Yep. Still waiting on more X-Men news to see if that how they're gonna integrate that into the story. If that's gonna happen, or we're gonna just keep getting Fox making X-Men films forever.
How did you feel about Peter just constructing a whole Spider-Man suit just in a jet? Like, he just goes beep, and it's like, it just makes a suit. Like, I remember just being like...
Dude, he's so rich. That's what I think.
It's cool, but I'm like, fuck, he's just got all the tech.
Not even like money. He's just like rich with resources. Like OG Spider-Man is just like sewing his shit together after he fights the Sinister Six. Like, maybe he's like going to fight crime with holes in his suit. Just bumming it, and then like this like new kid on the block's just got everything.
He's got all the. I don't know. That's like fucking Toby is like legit like Golden Age Spider-Man. He's just broke. His aunt's dying.
He's getting fired from his pizza jobs. Like, he's saving those same people that are firing him. Like, and giving him a hard. Everyone's giving him a hard time in that movie franchise, and it's just like he's saving these people like all the time.
He really might be like the legit Spider-Man. I think he's like still like he's like legit Spider-Man. He is the fucking character. It's weird.
I do like the Green Goblin fight like at the end. I thought that was pretty good.
It's really good. Yeah, I won't even lie.
The shredding of the suit, all that stuff. William Dafoe. Yeah, it's all good shit.
It sucks too because like we didn't get more Andrew Garfield shit, and like I feel like he was wasted on just like trash films. Like the first one, Andrew I feel like is like sick in it. He's making me laugh in the film. He's playing video games like on the web and shit. Like I'm like, this is sick. And then 2 comes out and it's like he's sick but the costume looks whack. Paul Giamatti's Rhino is like
they're just trying to do too much in that film.
Everything's a joke.
They rehashed on 3. It feels like they just remade Sam Raimi's 3 again in their second run. They're like, we're gonna just put fucking everybody in this thing.
Yep.
And it's
3 villains.
Yeah. How do we one up Sam Raimi's trilogy? Oh, we're gonna do everything he did in the last film in the second film.
Yeah. For some reason, I don't know. Superhero films do that. Like, well, no, I can't say that because like Iron Man 2 is just Whiplash. Like he's the only bad guy. You can count like Justin Hammer if you want as a bad guy, but he's not really a bad guy. Well, kind of.
He's like a sidecar. I feel like he all he's doing is enabling Whiplash to get closer to Tony, and he's like not even doing it well. He's just like, you're gonna make these suits.
Want these droids?
Oh yeah, the droids.
No, he wants the suits, but he makes droids.
Oh yeah, that's right.
He's like, can somebody fit their head there? And it's like a just small fucking like droid. He's like, droid is better.
And then like
I would have fired his ass.
You know what's funny is like everyone's screaming in terror when like the droids attack the expo, and it's just like they're not scary. Mickey Rourke attacking Tony Stark at the racetrack, that was scary. He had like this greasy man in a whip,
whipping race cars.
Yeah, he's whipping cars in half. Like,
oh shit,
that's fucking terrifying. But like they pour all this time and energy into this droid plot, and I'm just like, that's not scary. That's boring. Ultron, was like a bunch of random Ultron bots and shit like that. That was terrifying because the way they moved, they all look like Ultron. It was just like him mirrored a bunch that I don't know, those robots were really generic. They looked like dollar store toys, the generic robots you'd get in those bundles. And I'm just like, this is boring.
In Iron Man 2, the enemy is just Tony being stupid because he has a fucking virus. He doesn't know how to cure himself. He's like, I'm dying, and it's like, the arc reactor is poisoning me.
You have created a new element.
That's the fucking the plot. And it has it creates techno marks somehow on his neck. It's like, what's going on, Tony? He's got fucking grid.
I actually, I didn't even like Mickey Rourke's his final rendition of the suit.
It's whatever. If you look up Whiplash, the character, I remember seeing him on the Marvel trading. He's a dude that looks kind of like Fulgor. He's got the techno ponytail.
Yeah, Fulgor or Cabal from Mortal Kombat. And
he looks way sicker in the actual comic.
I said, I liked him in the racetrack scene. I thought they should have just stuck with him having an exosuit, but they went the Ironmonger route, and they're just like, oh yeah, this is my final version, just big Iron Man.
Isn't that all he's trying to do in the film? Is no, he figures out how to make the arc reactor. What is it that he's trying to fucking figure out?
No, he's trying to
build a suit.
He's trying to get revenge because I guess Howard Stark and his father worked on the arc reactor technology, and Howard got famed. His dad, I guess, was a spy or some shit, and he got deported or killed or arrested, whatever. So he didn't get any of the notoriety for the arc reactor. And now he saw Tony getting all the fame and stuff like that, so he wanted to get revenge.
Oh, okay, and he just makes he does what the Iron Man does. I'm gonna build a big gray suit.
Yeah, I'm gonna big Iron Man, the big Chungus.
He somehow doesn't when they do the little palm blast. Tony and Rhodey don't get
really corny. I thought that was actually really corny.
It could have been cooler, but the actual visual effect looked whack. It's the fucking two repulsors meeting, and it creates a bubbling. It should have been shoo.
I feel like that I think he's do you need a partner? And then they lock their beams together and then kill Mickey Rourke. And I was like, it really did feel like Endgame, the I am Iron Man line. Before that line, that was the same kind of scene. It's you had the opportunity for
to
this
do something cool,
suspenseful scene, and then it's just kind of as a boner killer with the lion. You're just eh.
Yeah.
Didn't feel that.
It didn't really feel too great. Even the first one, it's Obadiah's talking shit to Tony. He's hold still, you little prick. And he's running his mouth.
Weird lines.
Pepper, time to push the button.
Yeah, the I feel the beginning and middle of Iron Man movies is
fantastic.
Yeah. It's it's really good. Beginning and the middle of these films are usually, maybe it's all Marvel films. Beginning and middle is great, and then the end, they just don't want to wrap it up. Yeah.
The Iron Man film specifically, I'm trying to think of 3, I'm not even gonna lie, is kind of a cool ending. All the suits, and he's jumping in the suits. It's kind of cool, but then it's they show him repulsoring towards Guy Pearce, and they show a CG guy rolling and stuff, and I'm nah, he's not. He could just move crazy good. It's come on.
That's why I think I like Civil War. The Civil War movie ended on I didn't really care about the Zemo part. I feel we just haven't developed Zemo enough, or I don't even know if they have plans to do it. Yeah, I feel they kind of burned that character, at least so far. But as far as the suspenseful fight with Winter Soldier and Cap, I feel that there was really good. The lines were great. Mm-hmm. Everything was executed very well. I wish we could go back to that energy in Marvel films.
Yeah, Captain America doesn't really have that problem of the wrap it up problem, because even the end of First Avenger is really good.
Oh yeah,
where he wakes up and he knows that he's not in the past. Like, I didn't know.
Well, I don't even know if he knows he's not in the past. I think he's just like, it's not right. Like, everything's messed up here.
It's not right.
I don't know where I am, but
he wakes up and he hears the baseball game.
Yeah.
And he's like, I was at that fucking game. I'm gonna thrash you if you lie to me one more time.
Yeah, that S.H.I.E.L.D. employees just doesn't know what to do.
Yep. That ending was sick. And then the Winter Soldier ending, he falls off the helicarrier and Bucky saves him. Sick fucking ending. Civil War ending. Sick. I'm not even gonna lie. He probably has, like...
It's just hoarding all the good endings.
Yep. Like, it's right there with Iron Man. Because even though Iron Man 2 was kind of like, man, I can still watch those films, like, a bunch for some reason. I don't know why.
I know that the Daredevil film doesn't have... it's not part of the MCU, but would you say that had a good ending?
Oh, Ben F?
Yeah.
I like it, but it's cheesy. It's cheesy as fuck. Like, he jumps off the building and he goes, yeah, and plays some kind of rock song.
The new metal era.
And then fucking, like, Bullseye's in the hospital and he throws the thing at the fucking fly, and it's like, actually, yeah, that movie.
I feel like Daredevil is a better Batman film than Batman films.
Daredevil is sick, like, as a fucking film. Like, the only thing I don't know that I like about Daredevil is I don't like when they make superheroes that are day and nighttime just nighttime heroes. And I get that it's a Marvel Knights thing, so you're not gonna see the Punisher out in the middle of the day, but it's like, all right, cool. You're not gonna see Daredevil thrashing dudes.
But then you have examples of, like, Blade, also not in the MCU, but
Blade they can keep at night. I'm cool with him just...
No, but they have the scene where Deacon Frost, like, throws that young girl into the, traffic, and Blade saves her. There's a cool scene where it shows that, he can walk in the daylight, and then it showed, like, Frost, he was wearing, I think, like, sunscreen or something like that.
Yeah, some kind of cream to keep the sun from...
The UV rays from cooking him and shit. But it's like, that scene was great, and that was in the daytime. Just sprinkle it in. I don't know. I think, like fucking low-key, Blade literally might be the perfect superhero film. Like, reviewing it...
Blade 1 is, like, there's nothing I have bad to say about Blade 1. I have nothing bad to say about it.
Yeah, it's pretty good.
I was just going to say that I think Blade 1 actually has the first... Well, maybe not the first, but, like, one of the first instances of bullet time in films, and I'm pretty sure it predates The Matrix, actually. It's that scene you're talking about where he pulls the gun out and shoots at Frost, and Frost is like, shoo, and they show the bullets. It's like, that came out before The Matrix. So, like, Blade was kind of doing some visual shit that, like, they weren't even doing.
Yeah, the speed up action scenes, like, that was different. Yeah, a lot of creative liberties are pretty dope.
The film is really sick.
But you had a strong female lead, strong male lead, a lot of diversity. It checks a lot of check marks, like, on the clipboard there. Like,
really solid fucking movie.
The final fight scene, like, you weren't sure if Blade was gonna win.
Final fight scene is actually, like, really good. It's all fucking, like, topped by the fact that Wesley Snipes is, like, a legitimate martial artist. So, like, he hits dudes, like, one time, and, like, they're down, like, no, like, crazy shit. Like, headlock fucking, like, breaks dudes' necks. Like, he sells it so good, and the sword work with it is good. 2 gets goofy, though, because...
The blood rave scene in the beginning is just, like, where they introduce
iconic.
Blade. Yeah, super good.
Yep. It really does make me wish that, like, it didn't start to... It's a trilogy of, like, it's just downhill. Like,
yeah,
it's like 2 opens hot where he's on the motorcycle and he's, like, wiring the dude's head off.
Blade. It's still,
punching, like
the beginning of Blade 2 is, like, it feels like a good segue. And then it starts
Whistler's back.
Yeah, it starts to, like, unwind a bit.
What? Whistler's back? He shot himself. It's like, oh, did he do it? He did it on camera.
I'll give him credit. They at least explained everything for the most part. You gotta, like, suspend your disbelief a little bit. Yeah. You had Norman Reedus. I think it was Spud.
No, it was Spud.
Spud.
Yep. Spud's a dirt. And fucking, like, they technically cured vampirism in the first film, and Blade's just like, I don't want the cure. He's like, I'm good. It's like, you could be done, but whatever, dude.
Some of the CG was kind of bad in the fights. The fight scene where he fights the ninja vampires or whatever.
They just look like big.
That sounds crazy saying it, but yeah, like
black noodle people.
Yeah, his legs were all, like, noodly, and his, like, boots were really big.
He
looked like a Bratz doll, and, like, some of the CG, and it was just like, eh.
Yeah, it's not really...
Like I said, the fight choreography, though, and, like, the final fight for that, too, was pretty good.
Yeah. Blade 2 Final Fight is
and then
sick.
3 we're pretty rock bottom.
Yeah, really bad.
I never got into the TV show.
I didn't need the Sticky Fingers one. Yeah, didn't see that. There's also a couple animated movies I think that came out.
Yeah,
that I didn't see.
Because I think we're supposed to be getting a new Blade too soon.
We're getting a new Blade.
I'm actually kind of hyped. I'm honestly hoping it does really well. I think even like Wesley Snipes gave the movie and project, his blessing and stuff like that. He's like, it's dope seeing like people get their shot at the character and stuff. So I was like, hopefully it does really well.
The actor looks cool. He was in Battle Angel. He was the bad guy. He actually wasn't like super cool in Battle Angel. He was actually this dude that like. So there's like. The Sky City is called Zalem, and I guess there's some like dude that can like he's trying to get to Alita because she has like a crazy cyborg body, and he can project his consciousness into other cyborgs, and he just like projects into like the new Blade dude and is like talking through him, and then it comes out and he's like, ugh, I hate when he does that, and it's like it makes him look like a bitch in the film, but he's actually like a cool actor, so I'm like, fuck, dude, like I think you could have like. Probably skipped this, just went straight to Blade. Is Blade a movie or a show?
What do you mean?
The new one.
I think it's gonna be a movie.
Fuck. Because I really would have fucking.
Yeah, don't quote. I mean, don't quote me. Like, it seems like we're kind of like down the middle with like shows and movies.
That I would actually watch if it was like on Netflix and it's a series like.
I'm gonna watch it in any medium like it is. So.
Yeah, I hope they consider a fucking. It's like I would watch Daredevil again if they cast Ben Affleck again, and it's like we're doing a whole series on Netflix. He'd never do it again. Probably never do it. They'd be like, "Would you ever consider being Daredevil?"
Are you ever
just walk away?
Yeah. Are you ever gonna put on a costume again?
It's like I dropped Batman. It's like dumbass.
But
Earth needs you.
Speaking of revisiting, I showed Nat Alien Resurrection.
Oh, you guys watched it?
Yeah.
Resurrection? You saw where he gets sucked out of the tiny hole, like.
Well, we ended up watching Alien 3, the director's cut, and then we kind of like segued into Resurrection.
3, how the fuck don't they have plasma rifles in that film? Are they prisoners?
Yeah, they're on a prison planet.
It's a prison planet.
Yeah.
Okay, I was gonna say, I'm like, why is it's a prison, but there's 5 dudes in the prison? Like,
it's like 20-something guys in the prison. They're like a custodial staff that was like left behind to kind of like maintain the machinery, make sure it's all like operational. Like someone has to physically be there. So small group. The horror aspects of it, like no weapons, ton of corridors, super dark, grimy.
One xenomorph.
Yeah, one xenomorph. They have got like there's like one fire axe, couple kitchen knives, and a bunch of hot lead. Like that's it.
Fuck. Yep.
And they just get picked off one by one.
And then 4 is clone Ripley. It's not legit.
It's not even Ripley. Yeah, just like the clone played by Sigourney Weaver.
She canonically dies in 3.
Yes, she canonically is dead.
It's like that's like legit, like the Alien canon. Like in 3, Ripley dies.
She's
like, dead,
and in the 4th we're like in the future, and shit's about the same as it was when she died. Oh no, except like it takes place on like a military ship. I guess the military controls, the galaxy instead of a greedy corporations. They make like a comment in the movie, but that kind of harkens back to like Aliens, where you have like multiple xenomorphs on the ship that they've been cultivating basically out of the Ripley clones. So they extracted a queen intact, and then that's pretty much producing eggs, and then the motley crew. Comes with the cargo, which is just bodies for the eggs, so they can keep generating more xenomorphs, and they all escape, and then it makes basically a hive on the installation.
And they have the xenomorphs, and they're using them to make as like a weapon, pretty much.
They're trying to weaponize xenomorphs. I mean, that seems to be the consensus. They're trying to like control them, make them into basically like pets / soldiers. So it always fails. It fails in the comics, the manga. The web series.
You just get slashed.
Yeah, it's just like some idiot who's just like, hey, we can use these or sell these, and it just they get fucked basically.
Yep. Doug and Steve Watabe's dad, he's in that film. He gets his head like punched out, and he's like, He's fucking just going through it real weird. Film looks good though. It aged really good. So actually, both of those look like they were. I don't remember 3 at all though. Every time I see that,
I feel like a lot of people, they definitely
checked out after 2.
Was it Bill Paxton was in Aliens, and then you had Bishop and all the iconic characters of 2, Vasquez. Like everyone remembers 1 and 2. That's like I would say the same thing for like Predator and stuff like that. Everyone remembers Get to the Chopper. Remember Arnie.
Predator 2, like that's Danny Glover. That's his fucking film. I remember the fight with Danny Glover and the Predator. Where he's like, he gets his shit like cut off, and it's like, I'm out after that. I'm like, huh? What happens in this movie?
The second one was dope. It was pretty gory. It's probably not gonna be everyone's cup of tea, but like the second one was dope. But like a lot of people, they're like, I think I vaguely remember that. But the first Predator, people have probably seen a ton. The new one, I really just can't get behind. It's fucking wild and in a bad way. It's just like it's a mess.
When you guys are explaining, I was like, who wrote this shit, dude? Seriously.
Yeah, it's
Olivia Munn's in it. I'm in.
Yeah.
No, it's weird. I think Olivia Munn's cute. It's bad. Tom Jane's in it, and it's like Tom Jane is like old, and I'm like, where have you been, Tom?
I think he's the crazy guy in the movie. It's just like it's a jumbled mess. When Ron Perlman is like better than a lot of the characters in like both Predator and Alien. Like a lot of this, he's a side character. He's not like Ron Perlman's character's really. I wouldn't consider him like a main character.
He's always
really
a supporting.
Yeah,
actor.
He's like an actor in Alien Resurrection, but I feel like he delivered a better performance than a lot of these other characters or higher paid actors in these other stories.
Oh yeah, he's a good. I like Ron Perlman.
I liked AVP, like Alien vs Predator, up until a point, and then like I feel like it just got really sucky in certain parts.
It didn't age well. The first one is like I remember that one the most, and I'm like, it wasn't like super great.
I think it was just like for me, it was like the beginning, them getting to the temple, and then like the fights were great, and then like it was a bunch of shit happening, and then like the end was cool where they fought the queen on the surface.
Oh yeah,
that was dope.
He's like running away from the fucking. He's bulky as shit too. He's like a fat predator.
Like it was cool. It definitely harkened to the comics and stuff like that, where like predators would occasionally team up with humans, and then like AVP Requiem, they just went like fucking crazy with it, and it's just like I definitely like the alien that went to go hunt the Predator alien. He was definitely dope. But it suffered from like the Transformer thing where it, like full circle. It was just like the people kind of just bogged the fucking movie down. It's like we should be following the Predator, not these fucking like randos that just get slaughtered or just don't matter.
It's like it makes me wish that like the Predator didn't always come to Earth. It's like couldn't you go to a more interesting planet, dude? Like go somewhere else and like even Predators. I think is which one's the fucking one with what's his name?
Adrian Brody.
Is that Predators?
Predators.
Predators. They do what I'm asking, and they take them and they put them on another planet, but it's like. They're still.
You just don't care about the people in that one.
They're just hunting. It's like they brought some of the most dangerous people on Earth, and it's like, are they really that dangerous compared to the Predator? Like it's like they need to hunt some harder game. Like they can just throw a glaive and kill all 7 of them. Like shoot, it's like game over.
Yeah, they really try to like ham it up, and like they try to make you think these people have a fucking chance against the Predators.
Oh, doesn't the racist guy from fucking what's it fucking Django? He gets his like spine ripped out.
Oh yeah, I think he does like I think he presses with his foot on the dude, and he just like puts all 4 of his fingers into his back and pulls his spine out. Like it's a pretty fucking brutal kill.
Oh shit!
He shanks him a bit. And then I think that's what pissed him off, and then he just rips his shit out. Yeah, the fight with the Yakuza guy with the samurai sword versus the Predator, and they kind of like double KO themselves. That was kind of cool.
And then Topher Grace is the big bad. He's like fooling everyone at the end.
He gets blown up with like a fucking belt of grenades.
What a bad movie. I won't even lie. The movie's literally like... It's like just above Doom Annihilation.
It definitely felt like Adrian Brody was like walking around in like gigantic Arnold boots.
He got big for that movie. Like, I feel like I don't know if he was trying to be like, because he says the Arnie line where he's just like, "Come on, kill me," and it's like, oh, chill out, dude. like he's just he fucking like shrank Arnie down to just a muscle man, and it's like he's got way more charisma than that. I'm gonna get big. It's like, you got to get better at acting.
And then what was it? The whole premise was like the big predators trying to hunt the small predator, and they team up with a small predator. It was just like, it kind of feels like that in the new Predator movie too. It's
big
just like
one
there's a
small one.
Yeah, big alpha versus like beta predator, I guess.
He's naked predator. He doesn't have any gadgets. He just smacks your head off. Like, oh shit, I gotta have the shoulder cannon. Like,
I don't know. And it doesn't feel as terrifying. Like when you see them like towering over people or ripping people apart. I feel like the first Predator, like he's like shooting them from the brush and shit, or shooting them out of trees. Like you just see his glowing eyes, and then like fucking like the dude's arm gets chopped off, and like it's
skins
nuts.
a man, like a whole dude, and hangs him upside down.
Yeah,
you're like, whoa, what the fuck?
Yeah, they try to do it in the newer films, and it just doesn't. I feel like Predator's definitely hurting in its newer renditions, where like Alien, like Prometheus.
Somebody else needs to get their hands on that franchise desperately.
Prometheus and Covenant. Prometheus is weird.
Prometheus is a weird film. It is very weird. I don't like. That's like I said to you guys just earlier. Like, I don't know that I like the lore they gave the xenomorphs. It's like we were of human life. We found the engineers, and I'm assuming it's implied that they created human life in the film.
Yeah, they engineered it, or they were like
it's
a
from
catalyst.
their DNA, kind of, sort of, and then we get a fucking
We create like Weyland Yutani creates David, and then David wants to create life.
Right, and he makes the xenomorph prototype thing, and then it face hugs the engineer, and from the engineer face hugger you get the xenomorph.
I think they called it something, the Deacon. That one was a Deacon.
And then it becomes the xenomorph.
Yeah, because so basically he infects dime store Tom Hardy. He infects that guy. He has sex with Shaw. Shaw goes on the medical bed, extracts it from her body, becomes that big starfish thing, grabs the space jockey guy, the engineer, and then the Deacon burst out of him. And then I guess like he kept experimenting. Like she took David's head, fixed David, I guess, or whatever. And then that's like where Covenant picks up, where like it's like he says he killed Shaw, he experimented a bunch, and then was cultivating like the eggs and stuff
to make the xenomorphs.
Yeah, does the distress signal to get them to come to the planet, uses them as guinea pigs to generate the first xenomorph.
Yeah, see, it's like they should have just made them an alien species from another planet. Like it's like they're kind of like.
Well, I think in the comics,
it's a weird thing to
there
do.
is like an alien planet and stuff like that
with the xenomorphs and shit.
Yeah. So I don't know. Like I said, it'll be interesting to see what they do going forward. I think I definitely liked Covenant more than Prometheus. I definitely like seeing Idris Elba in Prometheus.
Just sack himself.
Yeah, making the sack play. Charlize Theron was kind of whatever, which is kind of sad. I thought her character would kind of like bring more to the movie, but
Yep.
I don't know. Michael Fassbender's great. I actually do like him as that character. I like him as a villain character.
He's good in that role, actually. His acting in that is like scarily good.
I liked him in 300. I don't think there's anything he's been in that I like. I haven't seen the Assassin's Creed movie, so I really couldn't tell you there. But
I saw a little. I didn't see the whole thing, but
yeah, I definitely like him in like everything he's been in that I've seen so far.
I liked him as Steve Jobs. Honestly, I liked him better than I didn't actually see that whole movie, but he looked better than well, I was gonna say Ashton Kutcher, but Ashton Kutcher kind of looks more like Steve Jobs. Like he looks more like the dude, but he doesn't have like the dickishness that like you need to be Steve Jobs. I know that's like I'm really generalizing Steve Jobs. I don't really know anything about it. He might have been a decent guy. Who fucking knows?
Yeah, but as far as like the Prometheus Covenant movies, I feel like it's kind of like Stupid Crew, the trilogy.
Oh, like what are these people doing in space? Why is Kenny Powers like the captain? Like, doesn't he become like the captain after Franco like dies?
He's like the man in the chair for the whole movie.
Yeah, it's like I'm not listening to Ken Powers.
Yeah, I don't know if I don't think he's the captain.
He's like,
but he's definitely the man in the chair, and then like he's the final two. He's in the final two run.
Fuck.
Which I think that'd be kind of cool. Like if you're in a horror movie and you're like, oh, you're the final guy.
I made it.
Yeah. Everyone else gets like pretty much beat.
That's pretty fun.
I mean, final guy if you're not counting like David, obviously in the twist at the end, but
yep. What a twist!
Final human man alive in the franchise there.
Yeah, I'd be honestly cool if somebody else just grabbed Alien and Predator and we just hard reboot. Like we go, this is the first Alien, and just do whatever you want with it.
It's gonna be really hard to top the first Alien. That is a high bar. Like as far as sci-fi goes, strong female lead in a sci-fi role. It's just such a hard bar to pass.
To just do it like if they rebooted it, like to do it again, just
to give us us basically what we got in the first Alien, and then give us more is just gonna be like a feat.
Yeah, I don't think I'd want to reboot
without it just like eating off the same plate and it just being like another just a hard copy, like it's just a Xerox copy of like Alien.
Yeah, I don't want that. I really don't. But it's one of those things where like I want Predator to be like. I'm not gonna lie. The coolest Predator I think I've seen was the AVP, the second AVP, because that Predator was like he was using all kinds of gadgets. He had fucking like the shoulder cannon. He had a giant glaive that he like pinned a chick to the wall with, which is still a funny fucking.
I still try to wrap my brain around that scene. Like I swear the glaive gets bigger as it goes. Like it's like parasailing towards her, and then it's just gigantic. It's like umbrella sized by the time it hits her.
Dude.
And I'm just like, okay.
The dude like looks back and like, shit. Like, just keeps running.
Yeah, nobody like I will give the human characters in the story credit. They just keep moving. Like they don't stop to see if anyone's okay. They're just like, I don't want to be that guy.
Yep. Good thing it's not me. It's like
because I feel like in some of the older like Alien films, like people are just like, hey, are you okay? Hey, you all right? And then they get got to, and you're just like, well, shit, dude, you should have kept on trucking.
Yep. As soon as you see a dude like. His chest is like hurting. Like I'm like
just blast him.
He's out. Like Resurrection, where they keep pointing a gun at the crazy guy. He's like, I'm good. I'm like, yeah, you're not good.
That's my nerdy icebreaker. Sometimes I'm like, what would you guys rather have happen to you? Would you rather have your like spine ripped out by the Predator, or would you rather have an alien like burst out of your chest?
I'll take the spine rip.
You'll really take the spine rip?
Because it's probably quick. Like, he just rips my shit. I'm like, ah! Like, shit myself. My body just craps like Chef. Like, that's how I fucking die.
That's tough. I think people are going to go with the face hugger mostly because, they have a little bit of time, I guess. They have a little bit more time to kind of collect.
Most people probably would.
I would almost bet if it's just like this gigantic, like 8-9 foot tall.
It's not gonna feel good.
Hunter knocking you down and ripping your spine out.
It's like you're gonna feel it, and then you're gonna be like, oh, and it's just gonna you die goofy in front of the rest of the party. Everyone's like, what's going on? And there's like 5 people looking at you like, it's like. It's terrible. Like, fuck that, dude. The Predator can rip my spine.
It's like the breakfast scene, dude. Everyone's just like eating cereal, dude. They're just.
And you just.
This guy's like, oh, he had bad cereal. Like,
and then it like runs away. Everyone's like, whoa, fuck.
Well, dude, I think the black guy like grabbed a fork or a knife. I don't know.
See if he could like go for it.
Yeah. Smartest. Like everyone was in like. I wouldn't even say fight or flight. The black guy was definitely in fight. He was just like, I don't know what that is. It just came out of his body.
I don't know how everyone's not immediately like just like blowing it away. Like as soon as I saw it like in the dude on the table, I would have been like, doof. Like
no, dude, it's like it's just not an overabundance of guns
in him. Like,
see the thing, like I love the thing because it's like.
The thing I would have left.
They're scrambling.
That base, I would have been like with the dog mushing out of there. Like, fuck this, dude. Like
no, dude. Like I like the thing because like I feel like all of the reactions are like genuine. Like everything they see, they're like, fuck that. Like, you got to be fucking kidding me. Like just setting the head spider on fire.
Oh, like I'm so out of it. Like the dog, like mutates. Like it comes out of the dog. I'm like, that might be one of the only sci-fi films where like I kill myself like in the verse. Seriously, like they're doing the blood test. Like whose is this? And the thing just, I'm like, I just shoot myself.
Just panic.
Just Peter Griffin my neck. Like, fuck that shit, dude. That's the dude that like goes to clear and gets his arms like. Fucking what's that? David Cronenberg. I'm gonna keep saying that seriously. Like, if I ever meet him, I'm gonna slap him. That's all I'm gonna do.
Yeah, the
smack
the fly.
He's such a nasty bastard. Like, fuck, dude.
No, they should do like a Would You Survive type reality show.
Oh, that verse. Yeah, I'm out of that one. I'm so out of the thing. If I'm there at the base and that's happening, I'm like, where you going? I'm just gone. And it could affect the rest of the planet if we don't stop it here. I'm still gone. I don't even care.
No, you're not gonna blow up the alien ship like Idris Elba.
Yeah, they say in Prometheus too. They're just like, if it goes back to Earth, there's no home. And I'm like, fuck.
They didn't even do that. Like in Prometheus, like Idris Elba's like, hands up, and they just crash into the ship, the engineer's ship.
I mean, that's what you would hope people would do. It's like, if that shit gets back to Earth, it's like Dead Space. They're like, if the marker gets on Earth, we're fucked. It's like, yeah. Like, we got to figure something out. Like, let's destroy the marker, dude. Like,
you know, I think it's one of those moments where like someone could say what they would do, but like when they're in the mix,
you
like
folds.
just fold instantly.
Like, think about,
they're like, it sucks for Earth.
What sci-fi horror scenario do you even think you could possibly survive? Like, that's,
or make good moral decisions.
Like Alien. Like, look at that, for example. Like, you're on the ship. I don't even remember what they were doing in Alien on that ship. What they were initially, or how the xenomorph gets on there. But it's like,
they
it's
see
one
they
xenomorph.
see, yeah, they see the engineer's ship and they see just like a field of fucking eggs, and then the guy fucking gets the first face hugger on him. And then
Aliens, the first one.
Yeah, and then that's the breakfast scene. Is like that's the. Because they're like, he basically like gets the face hugger on his suit. They can't cut it off because they realize it's got like acid for blood. And then eventually, after it like gives him the egg or whatever like that, it falls off his suit. And they're like, oh yeah, he's fine. And then they're eating breakfast. And then that's when like the xenomorph pops out of his chest. Aww. So that's the xenomorph that's in the first Alien that they're like running and shit from and getting murked by. So like, so it'd be like you going to work, your boy finds like a fucking egg randomly on the way, gets face hugged, and you're like, you have no fucking like clue what's happening to him. You're like, that just doesn't look good at all. So somehow it's like a zombie movie where like there's zombies but nobody knows what a zombie is. Like all the memories of aliens are erased from your mind. So you're just like, that looks pretty fucking rough.
What's this?
And then a fucking small creature bursts out of his body, and you're like, what do you do?
Try to shoot the creature, and then you realize you don't know that it has acid blood, so you're like, eat this.
Yeah, you just shoot it and it fucking blows its acid on somebody.
And then it like skull punches you, and you're like you lose. It's like, I guess that's fair because you wouldn't know, you would not expect anything to have acid blood.
Yeah, you really wouldn't.
It's literally like, surprise, motherfucker.
Yeah, because like so you have a melee. Boom. You have like a bat, right? Some guy goes to get the bat and crushes it at breakfast, and the acid just kills the whole party because you're just like, oops.
Sweet. It's such a shitty thing about the xenomorph. It's like someone put that in there. Oh yeah, and he has acid blood.
It's the martyrdom, dude, from like COD. Like you get the kill. But then you see the grenade roll next to you, and then it takes you with it, and it's just like shit.
Predator like has a little bit of trouble with it, but he can still like just like razor cut.
I mean, he's got like the thermonuclear bomb gauntlet too, so it's like cool. You beat him some fucking how, and then he starts to
laugh,
activate his detonation.
A human laugh with a a fucking gauntlet.
It was a native guy. I think it was his laugh. Like when he's laughing that joke, he like pantomimed his laugh, and then like the countdown's going, and Arnie like straight books it out and survives somehow. It literally shows. It's funny, and like I guess some people say it's because it was like multiple predator gauntlets. It does like a chain reaction, which I say BS. But like in AVP, it shows them like engulfing a whole temple. So like Arnold just like somehow like gets out of the blast range.
Yeah, see, like the movie magic, they like to play with the physics and shit and stuff like that. Oh, how big is the blast radius? Oh, it's big enough for him to run 10 feet and blow. And then in this movie, it's like, in this one, it blows up a whole like. See, like even AVP, like I can't remember why they were going to the fucking temple either. I'm like, I don't even remember like what they're going there for. I'm trying to think about the movie. I'm like. What did they go to that temple for? Like, do they get like...
So I think it was just like their time for the annual hunt or whatever, and then like they picked up a reading or something like that, and they went to the temple and they fucked with the plasma guns, the shoulder cannons, and then like the predators. I remember that scene. It's like when they lifted off the pedestal, all the predators are like, "Oh shit!" They started running towards their guns, and then the queen was in there. The electricity or whatever the temple kickstarted her to produce eggs, and then.
Oh, so they have the thing captured to produce xenomorphs so they can hunt them.
Yeah.
So they're literally just like sport.
Yeah, it's their hunting ground, and then humans just happen to cross it.
That's actually kind of cool. It makes the predators look like dicks though, because they're just fucking like, well, they're just making shit to kill. Like they're so fucking weird. Seriously, like as a fucking movie monster, we just come down to hunt shit. Like
yeah, I don't think many people would survive. The predators
being hunted by
it doesn't matter. You can pick the grounds in which a predator exists. I just don't think like an average human being has much of a chance, even armed. Like the Yakuza guy with the sword, I don't believe it. I really don't. I don't even think with the sword and being apt with the sword, you could probably fight one.
Yeah, I don't know. Sometimes it's like
Jeff Goldblum, The Fly. I mean, that horror scenario, like I don't think you're beating him. He's like physically stronger. Extremely strong.
You might like just die from sheer like horror, like seeing that. Like I don't know if I'd be able to move if I just saw a like grotesque fly man.
I think the mimic was he was like a roach or some kind of flying humanoid, and it's like you just see like a guy in a trench coat and he's like a giant bug man.
Yeah, see, I might like just shit myself.
And you don't have no weapon.
Like you're in an alleyway, you just see a roach in a trench coat, like.
Or what was it? That Constantine? It was like that guy that was just made up of a bunch of critters and shit.
Oh yeah, like John had change for that guy though. he had the fucking the screech beetle that like makes the bugs like fuck up. So like in that universe, it's like that shit looks bad, but he literally has relics to handle like everything. So like I can handle John.
He's a Witcher.
Pretty much, yeah. That character's so sick. It sucks that fucking they didn't do anything more.
I think he said he would. He said he would do the John Constantine thing.
Yeah, like they asked him in an interview like what character he would actually want to play again. He was like, "Yeah, I kind of want to play John Constantine again." I'm like, "That's a sick fucking character, dude."
I thought the movie was fine.
We didn't talk about fucking John Wick 3.
Oh, yeah.
John Wick 3 was fucking better than John Wick 2. I keep saying that.
Yeah, I do agree with that. I thought them developing John's backstory, his Russian roots, and Lawrence was great. This is the first time in a while I've seen him in something where I'm like, oh, cool.
Lawrence
he didn't.
Fishburne's in it.
Yeah, he didn't just die or get turned into meat. Like,
yeah,
this is dope.
Yep, the movie was good. It was way better than I thought it was going to be. The only thing I didn't really like about it was the elder. I thought the elder was going to be like an elder, and it's just a dude in the desert.
Weirdly enough, I don't even believe that is like the true head of the high table. Yeah, I really don't.
Maybe that's like what they're doing with it then, because I was like, this guy's like 40.
Yeah, I guess like my thing, he might really be the elder. I don't know, but like personally, I was like, if I was the elder, I definitely wouldn't ever show my face. Like, I'm in the head of a very dangerous organization. I live in a very dangerous world where everyone's killing each other. And it kind of looks like the high table doesn't make a lot of friends. It feels like they like kind of rule with fear. So it's like I don't think I'd ever show my face. So I felt like that guy is definitely probably not the elder, but you know.
That's a good. I didn't think about that.
I was just like, nah.
This is the guy, the big dude.
He's in just a giant fucking tent, just chilling, eating fruit, asking for people to swear fealty and chop their fingers off. I'm just like, nah.
That's the second time I've seen a man do that, like in film, where I was like, "Fuck."
I'm pretty sure fucking in The Outsiders they have a scene like that. But yeah, John Wick 3 was dope. I definitely look forward to the fourth film. I love the way it ended. The action scenes were pretty fucking stellar, as always. It feels strong, like one strong, kicked off the whole franchise.
2 was okay, but it was definitely not as good as 1. And then like 3 is like better.
2 is strong enough.
It was good.
It's definitely more than a passing grade. At least I thought. And then like 3, like I felt like it just like fucking ramped up. So it's definitely on the up and up, in my opinion. It doesn't suffer the same thing as a lot of trilogies where it just starts to teeter downwards and like it starts to get old fast. This one's like, oh, what is gonna happen next? You know, like they brought in a lot of new characters. They didn't kill everybody off, which was really good. I mean, a lot of people did die, but like there was a lot of like characters in there where you're just like, oh, cool, we're gonna shelf instead of just burn characters.
Yeah, that's what I like about what they're doing with those films, is that they're showing you people and they're making you interested in their world, and they're not just taking them away in the same film. Like it's like Halle Berry's character. She's in that like kind of in a throwaway position where he just needs her to like get him passage to the Elder. She's gone. She's not dead, so it's like she can come back.
And it's
sick.
kind of implied that he owes her now. So like I mean that might come into play in the story and stuff like that. Yeah, it's definitely pretty cool. Like I feel like the fourth film will probably be a war against the High Table. I'm pretty sure they're probably gonna be pretty salty that Halle Berry helped him, so she might come back into play. I could definitely see her coming into play again.
Yeah.
Yeah, it should definitely be interesting.
Yeah, I like it that it's like, I was saying this to you when I was talking about it after I finished seeing it. Like it's like he's unkillable, but it's not just like because it's his movie. It feels like you're still kind of like, yo, John could like kind of die right here, but it's like he's just like a dumb, durable dude, and they're selling that, like him falling off the building and not dying. At first, I was like, oh, then I'm like, well, shit, maybe he could fucking live, and it's like it's believable because he's such a fucking like hard bastard. Like it's like he might survive a fall from that fucking height.
I will say that like if they bring back any of the characters they've shown so far, I feel like they'll be dead in the fourth rendition. Like
maybe.
Yeah, I feel like a lot of the characters we saw in 3 survive and make it up to this point are probably going to die at some point. Like, I really don't really picture Lawrence Fishburne's character surviving the whole John Wick story. I don't see Winston surviving. I really don't see a lot of those people surviving.
You think John's going to die?
Adjudicator, her.
She'll probably die.
Yeah, I'm actually surprised she didn't die in the third film.
She was a cool character. Like, the only reason I say I think she was cool is because she actually, like, she was pissing me off, and I was like, well, that's your character, so, like...
That's her job. Like, she had a job to do, and it was just against John and whoever was helping John.
Yeah.
So, like... I was actually surprised her character survived. Yeah, but I really don't see a lot of those characters surviving. I really think they're going to stop at, like, 5?
I think 5. I think 2 more.
Yeah, 2 more John Wick films to wrap it up, and then, like, that's it.
Yep.
And it's weird is, like, I could see 2 more films, and I don't think he's overstaying his welcome. As a character, as a story, I think that's just going to be a good send-off.
It's good. That's what I'm saying about, like, sequels. It's like, yo, I'll watch Meathead. It's not, I don't even think it's turn your brain off, though. Because it's, like, it's a story, and they're world building. Like, it's, I keep saying it's a pseudo movie, because it's, like, it's got its own currency, and there's, like, languages, and it's, like, multicultural, and it's assassins who are, like, very impartial about, like, trying to kill each other. Like, John talks to that big, tall dude. He's like, that's a lot of money. And it's like they've known each other, but he's still like, I'm going to try to kill you, dude. I'm sorry. And it's, like, it's such a weird verse where, like, you have so much, like, respect between people that are, like, literally, like, yo, I could be your enemy, like, tomorrow.
Mm-hmm.
So it makes it, like, where you just want to see the world unfold more through films. And yeah, I'll watch, like, it's the same thing, like, back to fucking F9. I don't think they're doing a good job of world building, but for some reason, like, their thing is just, what crazy stunt or who's gonna be in the movie this time, and it works.
Yeah, they're world building
Like-
through their characters, I think, more than like the world itself.
The universe.
Yeah.
Because they don't really have bases. Like, there's not a continental. There's no hideout where like their crew doesn't even have like a name. Like, it's just like we're just we're a family, and it's like maybe we should like stop doing this stuff. Like every day is like we're doing some kind of crazy mission. It's like, what the fuck, dude? And they're not a separate military group. They're just friends. It's like, like I don't know, but it's fucking. It's weird. I'm in for.
But I mean, if it ended in 4, you know, I wouldn't be upset either. You know, I'm pretty sure the send off's going to be decent either way.
John Wick.
Yeah.
I kind of want 2 more. Like, if it ends in 4, cool. But I'm like, I want like, give me like 2 more John Wick films.
My famous, you know, split 4 into 2 parts.
Or that.
Yep. Split the final movie in 2 parts.
Yep. And then we get to see. Oh well, he's doing Matrix 4. Fuck. Yeah, so he's already kind of going to be in something. Yeah, I don't know.
I still predict his role won't be as, like... I really don't think...
that movie?
Yeah, I don't think it's going to be as big as everyone thinks it's going to be. I could be completely wrong. It really just could be Keanu's movie, like, again.
If they did that, honestly, like, they just brought Neo back, and he's the one again, or, like, he found some way to resurrect himself, like... Or he didn't die, because his death is kind of ambiguous in the film, where, like, they show his body, but they kind of drag his body away. They don't really show him like dying really, so I don't know.
Oh, maybe that's how they thought they could open it back up, or they just, you know, had 100 Matrix movies in the pipeline and they just never got to it. I don't know.
Yep.
Yeah, it's to be determined.
Mm-hmm. So far though, I think that's like at least for 2020. I can't think of like. Well, no, this fucking the other one. I think we talked about. I don't know if I said anything about Morbius on the last episode, but like.
Oh yeah, we did. Yeah.
Something about. Did we say something about fucking Birds of Prey? Because I remember seeing that and just being like, I kind of just want Harley. I don't want this like. That's not Huntress. That's not Black Canary. Stop with all that garbage. Like, I know it's weird. Like this, it's just an aesthetic thing, but it's like just give me my Harley film. That's how I feel about that. But other than that, I can't like think really of anything else coming out this year that they've announced that I'm like. Stoked. I have to watch a bunch of old stuff still.
Right.
Like I still have to see Upgrade and fucking
Upgrade was okay.
Upgrade is like on my list. I was gonna watch it. Like
yeah, it's weird. Like thing. Like without saying anything. Like
goofy.
I honestly think the trailer for Upgrade is better than the movie Upgrade.
so like it's like you can pass on Upgrade kind of like.
You can kind of pass on it.
That's really sad.
If you got some time to kill.
And then Overlord was another one where it's like
saw Overlord.
It's like
once again, it was like the trailer was good,
fuck.
and the movie was just like it was just not up to snuff.
It's on my list still of like.
I would still watch them, still check them out.
Okay.
And if anyone out there really likes those movies, you know, it's great. Overlord's very like Nazi zombies, but like. I don't know. It falls short in a lot of departments. I don't know. It's like it's definitely not.
It's a whatever film. That's like.
Yeah, it's like I said. You got some time to kill, like fucking Nazi zombie shit, dude. It's definitely gonna be your jam.
You know what I wanted to talk about that like this is like actually something I'm seriously working on like film wise because I want to do films. Is I kind of want to buy the film rights to Jumper. Like
to Jumper.
I really do, and I want to remake Jumper with me. I know that sounds shitty. Like I want to be in Jumper with Hayden Christensen, and it's in the future, and Hayden is old now, and he's like still a Jumper dude, and it's like it's still like kind of a like because I don't know. I was just thinking about that the other day. I was like. That movie was good, and it should have had more films. Like I would have taken like 3 Jumper movies.
I'll have to look into that. I don't know. Everyone's just like, nah, we're not feeling it.
Oh yeah, that's another thing too. That anybody that's gonna listen is, do you remember Jumper? Am I the only person that was hyped on Jumper?
I think you're hyped for Jumper and Push. That was another one that just never.
Push is like, it was whatever. I just kind of liked Chris Evans and I liked Dakota Fanning. I liked Push, but like, the world of Push, the powers of Push were like.
Both those movies feel like they're in the same vein.
Kind of, sort of. Yeah, like...
Jumper's it's just like one anime, like straight up.
Yeah, kind of. That's what it feels like. Like somebody's trying to fucking come up with some anime type stuff. Yeah, I need Jumper, though. I need that fucking movie because I was like, it's got Sam Jackson, it's got Hayden Christensen.
I mean, I think Sam Jackson dies, doesn't he? Or is he like they shelf him?
I don't think that they die in that film. They get into a fight and like he jumps this like building over to like a waterfall area, and I think that's one of those where they leave it open ended.
It's like ambiguous.
It was implied that I think they're like, oh, we're gonna do it again. This is gonna be a big franchise, and they're like, no deal, no green light on 2, and it's like, if that was me in that like room, and they're just like, hey, we're not gonna fund the second film, I would just be like, so mad.
I'm not gonna lie. At this point, if they did anything with Jumper, I think people would have to dust off the first film.
Oh, I'd make it hot.
There's a fair. No, I mean like if anybody like worked on this project like 2020 going forward, I think people would have to go and like do a little quick Google search of Jumper.
What's Jumper?
What's that about?
I'd be like, go watch the first one.
It's not even a classic. It's not even an old film by any means. It's like I'm not gonna say it's like super like in its infancy.
I just feel it in my brain. I don't know the year. I'm just gonna guess it's 2006.
2006.
2006 or 2005. I'm gonna say 2006 though.
Actually came out in 2008.
Ah, shit.
It's
fuck.
12.
Yeah. I was just thinking about that. I don't know why I wanted to say that on this episode, but it's like,
Rotten Tomatoes didn't like it.
I'm gonna come up with a segment, and it's gonna be movies that I wanna fucking reboot, and I'm gonna fucking like try to find a way to edit some goofy shit in there.
It got 3 points higher than its Years It's Been Alive.
Oh, what did it get?
15% on Rotten Tomatoes.
15%?
Yeah.
Fuck Rotten Tomatoes. They can fucking blow it, dude. They can suck me.
Metacritic gave it a 35, and IMDb gave it a 6.1 out of 10.
I would like to just open up an IMDb review and just read it and just have it some guy be like, not smart. It'll probably say something like that. Like, it's not a smart film. And I'm gonna say, ugh. It's fucking fun. Like, it's cool. Like, I was thinking the other day, I'm like,
Hayden's character is called David Rice.
That's his name?
Yeah.
Why do they get whack names in some of these sci-fi
David
films?
Rice.
Remember Will Solace in Time?
Yeah, that was definitely interesting. It definitely caught me off guard.
You guys, do you remember In Time? Did anybody see In Time?
In Time
saw In Time.
In Time came out in 2011. Honestly, I think it speaks on working yourself to death, like literally. I feel like that.
It's kind of about that.
Yeah, that movie should definitely resonate with more people.
I'm gonna have to rewatch In Time, even though In Time does not deserve a rewatch, at all.
Rotten Tomatoes liked In Time more. It got 37%.
Oh wow, sweet dude.
It was Justin Timberlake.
It's trash compared to Jumper. Jumper is like way better. Like what the fuck? It is Justin. No, it's Justin Timberlake. Amanda Seyfried. It's got what's her name? I always forget this chick's name. Olivia Wilde, and then the Scarecrow guy.
The Scarecrow
from Penny Dreadful. I don't even know his name. I've never known his name. It's like fuck. But yeah, Jumper, David Rice. Jesus Christ, they need to fucking they need to work on that. But
Cillian Murphy from Peaky Blinders.
Yeah. I would take Jumper. That's going to be my film that needs a reboot. Like you see all these reboots, like we're doing Ghostbuster again. Ghostbusters does not need a reboot. It ends at 2. Jumper needs a reboot. Jumper needs 2 more films. Like The Fifth Element needs another film. That's a lie. I take that back.
The Sixth Element.
Oh, The Sixth Element. Like fuck. But like, yeah, I don't know.
No, I would leave Fifth Element alone.
Yeah, that's actually I don't want anyone to touch that film. That film is actually kind of like perfect for me. I'm not gonna lie. It's my second favorite sci-fi, right after The Matrix. That's pretty big for me. So, but yeah, Jumper 2021.
We'll have to have an episode just about Rotten Tomato and like what they deem worthy.
Oh yeah, we can do that next time and just be like, all right, let's look at some of our favorite films and see what they get on. I'll look up Labyrinth. Just like we can save that for next time, and it'll be like they give Labyrinth 20%, and I'll be like, this is why you don't listen to them. Like, but yeah, it looks like it's getting time to wrap this one up. We're working on wrapping them up better. Last time it was just kind of like we shut it down, but boom. Yeah, so I don't know. We can honestly do that next time. That sounds like it would be a fun thing to do. Yeah, this always gets weird. I never know how to fucking wrap these things up. They never know how to do it on Joe either. It's always just kind of like it's Joe talking to like Elon Musk, and then he's just like, I think that's gonna be it. It's like, how do you fucking?
We might have to steal that one.
Yeah, they just wrap it up. And they probably go
officially.
And, like,
this is episode 2.
have steak or something.
Just for the books.
Officially, this is episode 2. Thanks for everybody for tuning in and listening. I thought this was actually a good episode. We talked about quite a bit of things, and we're gonna see you guys next week on episode 3, and we're gonna have some more fun. We're gonna talk about why Rotten Tomatoes is ass and why you shouldn't fucking listen to that.
Well, you should form your own opinions.
Form your own opinions. And Jumper needs a sequel and a hard reboot. So fucking there. Thanks everyone for tuning in, and we'll see you next time. Bye.